There are sentences you hear once that never leave you, that live somewhere just beneath the surface of ordinary days, surfacing without warning when the light changes or a car slows down beside you on a quiet street. Tonight's story begins in the summer of 1991 in Winnipeg, Canada. Two 6-year-old girls on bicycles, a white van with no windows, and 7 words spoken out loud by a man who didn't care that they could hear him. This is her story. In her own words, she was 6 years old. Her family was already inside an unthinkable nightmare. Her 10-year-old sister Robin had just passed away. She was the only child left, and the grief in her house was heavy and suffocating. She went to her friend Holly's house just to get out, just to find any shred of something normal. They did what they always did, rode their bikes around the block. It was a beautiful, quiet summer afternoon, the kind where nothing bad feels possible. On their 3rd lap, the atmosphere changed. A white van appeared, beat up. No windows in the back, just a solid rusted metal shell. It pulled up alongside them and didn't pass. It slowed to a crawl. The engine had a horrible rhythmic rattle, a sound like metal grinding on metal. Being 6, they didn't have the stranger danger alarm fully wired yet. They slowed their bikes. The van stopped alongside them, idling heavily. The passenger window was already rolled down. The interior was pitch black, the kind of darkness that seemed to swallow the sunlight. She looked at the passenger. Gaunt, yellow teeth, long, frizzy, straggly hair. Then the world seemed to move in slow motion. The passenger door swung open. One heavy foot landed on the pavement. At the same time, the heavy, clunky thud of the side sliding door beginning to retract. The passenger didn't even look at them. He turned his head back into the darkness of the van and said 7 words. "You grab one, I'll grab the other." Loud enough for them to hear clearly, like he didn't even care that they were listening. Pure, cold adrenaline. No screaming, no crying, just feet slamming onto pedals. They were only a few houses away. She doesn't remember the ride, only her heart hammering against her ribs hard enough to hurt. They ditched the bikes right on the grass and scrambled inside, slamming the front door, throwing the lock. Holly's mom was confused. Seeing them burst in shaking and crying, she assumed they'd fallen off their bikes. They were gasping, trying to explain. To her, the rattling engine outside just sounded like normal street noise, until she looked at their faces. She went to the front window, and her face went completely pale. The van was there, moving slowly, deliberately, past the house, almost at a walking pace. With their bikes lying right there on the lawn like neon markers, the men in that van knew exactly where they had gone. Holly's mom stayed at that window, her hand on the lock, telling them it was going to be okay. She never took her eyes off the street until the rattling engine finally faded into the distance. When her mom came to pick her up, she was already a shell of herself from losing Robin, telling her what almost happened, that she had almost lost her only remaining child in the same week, was a second trauma piled on top of a fresh wound. She still carries it. The knowledge that if they had been just a few seconds slower, her mother's world would have been completely extinguished. 7 words. That's what this whole story turns on. You grab one, I'll grab the other. He said it out loud. That's the part I can't get past. They were 6 years old, standing right there, and he said it loud enough for them to hear. Clearly, casually, like a man reviewing a grocery list. Like their presence didn't factor into his calculation at all. Like they were already objects being divided rather than children who could hear and run and remember. That kind of casual disregard is its own category of terrifying. Think about the logistics of what they were witnessing. A driver, a passenger, and at least one more person in the back, because the sliding door was already opening when the passenger put his foot on the ground. This wasn't one man acting alone. It was a coordinated operation, roles already assigned. One for you, one for me. They had done this before, or they had planned it carefully enough that they didn't need to discuss it in the moment. The only discussion was the handoff. 7 words. And they said it in front of the children. Either they were so confident in the outcome that it didn't matter, or they simply didn't register the children as people who were listening. Both of those possibilities are chilling in different ways. There's a moment in this story I think about more than the van itself. It's the moment Holly's mom went to the window. She had just looked at 2 6-year-old girls and seen something in their faces she couldn't dismiss. And she went to the window, and her face went white. Because there it was, moving slowly, deliberately past the house. Not in a hurry, not rattled, not afraid of being seen. Watching for them. The bikes on the lawn were a trail. The men in that van knew exactly where those 2 girls had gone, and they went past anyway, slowly, to make sure. I think about what Holly's mom felt standing at that window with her hand on the lock, telling 2 terrified children it was going to be okay when she didn't know if it was. The steadiness it takes to be the calm voice in a room when you are also afraid. That's its own kind of courage. She was 6 years old. Her sister had just died. Her mother had just lost 1 child and was standing at the absolute edge of what a person can bear. And then this happened. If they had been a few seconds slower, if Holly's mom hadn't been home, if either of them had been alone, the story ends differently. She made it. But the weight of knowing how close it was never fully leaves a person. She answered a commenter who asked if she ever saw the van again. They never did. Her family moved to a different province shortly after. She's never seen Holly since, didn't even get to say goodbye. She wonders sometimes if Holly remembers any of it. And this? Her follow-up about what happened after. She still doesn't know for certain whether Holly's mom called the police that day. The memory is hazy. And she can't ask her own mother about it because she doesn't want her to have to relive anything from that time. Some things you protect the people you love from, even when you carry them yourself. She made it home. She grew up. She remembers everything. She moved provinces. She lost track of Holly. She never got to say goodbye to the friend who pedaled beside her that afternoon, who heard the same 7 words, who ran the same desperate distance to the same door. She wonders if Holly thinks about it. She wonders if Holly still dreams about the sound of that engine. She put it into words eventually. She wrote it down. And now it lives here, where strangers can read it and feel the cold that she felt on a summer afternoon in 1991, standing still while the world moved in slow motion, and a man said 7 words like it was nothing, 7 words that she will hear for the rest of her life. And she hopes that wherever he is now, someone eventually found him. More whispers are coming. Follow Wren so you never miss one. I'll see you in the shadows.